Leon Jones. Come on, knuckleheads. Monday morning. The roughest day out of the week for me, especially having to work 13 days and only had one day off. I mean, of course it is my choice, but however, my body's still saying it need another day off. But you know what I say, if you can make it, go ahead and make it. Because the moment you turn around, you may not be able to make it. But I want to welcome y'all back to Ride with DJ on this beautiful 44 degree morning. Just turned 45 degrees. But we are headed over here to the big truck this morning. To head down here, got to go down here and drop this empty box that I have and pick up a bare chassis and go in the port and pick up a box going up to Fairburn. Really haven't been running up to Fairburn lately. Oh, my windshield nasty. Let's see. Got to get this clean. I got to clean the whole truck. I just ordered 4 brand new tires for it over the weekend. I'm gonna take it in and let them do a front end alignment on it and put those 4 new tires on and get ready to hit. I got a couple road trips coming up this summertime, well, it's springtime and summertime, so got to keep this baby running right here. But anyways, I really haven't been back up to Fairburn. I didn't go to Fairburn any last week. I bobtailed up to Kumo and McDonald and picked up a lot of empty boxes. He even wanted me to work a 7-day last week, which was yesterday. And I told him, no, I couldn't do it. I already been on 13 days. I need at least one day off, But we headed back up to Fairburn. And I've been hearing little rumors about a new rate going back up to Fairburn. We've been getting right at 900 to go up there. So hopefully it's an increase. If it is, if it's a decrease, then hey, I know we got problems. We do have problems, but anyways. So, hopefully it is an increase because fuel, like it's steady going up. I checked the crude oil prices, and I think they had inched up to 79 and 83. If you don't know what the crude oil prices is, I think it's the WTI and the Brent, but they fluctuate up and down, and that's what, basically what make the prices go up and down. But they had inched up. So I think it was 79 and 83 the last time I had checked. So, where am I parked at? Oh, I'm parked right here. I'm tripping. Go little girl over there. Get down in here. Yeah, they made us start parking over here probably about 2 years ago. When I do clean my truck up and I don't want to get nasty, I park over there in the other parking lot. But like I said, it's time for got 4 new tires coming in for it. And gonna do a front end alignment. After that, I clean it up real good. I gotta take my Mustang over there too. I already got the tires. We did a front end alignment on that car. Not a front end alignment. We did the whole front end up under it. I bought 2 new brand new Sumitomo tires for it. It's still sitting in my garage. Been sitting in my garage for now probably 6-7 months, and I still haven't took the car over there to get the front end alignment. Like I said, I just lost interest in it. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace to try to find me really like a second summer car, so I won't be driving my truck everywhere. But I'm gonna take the Mustang over there. I really just lost interest in it. I want to get me something to play with. I've been playing with the Mustang for so long, they're really tired of playing with it. So yeah, I've been playing with it so long that basically just tired of it, to be honest with you. I lost interest. But it is hard to part ways with it, I can't lie about that. I bought it back in 2014, I think. And here it is, 2024, so been had it 10 years. And just lost interest in it, but we're gonna get on over here and get this truck pre-tripped and We're gonna get on down this road. Nice FL decent right here. That old girl need a real cleansing. She is filthy. I may stop and do it today since the rain moved out of the area. Oh. Squeeze through here. See what the oil looking like. Plenty coolant. Yep, it's looking good. We did a service on here probably about, what? I ran about 1,500 miles since I did a service. And it's looking like I need to add some oil to it. But I can tell you off top, I didn't fill it all the way up when I did the service on it. Okay. So, get in here, turn the key on. This is why I like the scan gauge, because the scan gauge read before the other gauges. So here go a cold start, 44-degree weather. No pre-trip tie. Somebody put, well, I just got to drop it on the yard, but anyway, somebody put those zip ties on there I hate dealing with. I know some people like zip ties so their pins won't move, but I don't like zip ties. I don't put zip ties on my pins, on my chassis. That's just me. Everybody different. I like grabbing my drive shaft. Whenever I walk past it, or from time to time, because I used to drive a 99 Freightliner Classic, and that drive shaft came out on me 3 times before the dude I was driving for finally fixed it right, or found out what was wrong with it and fixed it right. I'm in a rock right now. Fuel head is on E. I forgot I had to get some fuel this morning. I don't fuel right here in Macon because fuel is high. I thought I could see the price. I'm sure it's probably about $3.90 right at $4 over here. I don't get fuel in Macon. I get enough fuel in Macon to make it down to Dublin, to the racetrack. Because it just don't make any sense to buy high fuel. You know, everything right now is so freaking high right now and ain't paying what it was paying. So you got to try to save every single dollar that you can. I just got my $22.90 last night. Paid for my $22.90. So I gotta go buy my new tag by February the 15th. So I went ahead and got my $22.90. And one day next week I'll make it up to Forsyth. That's why all my stuff is registered at in Monroe County, Georgia, and Forsyth, Georgia. That's the county seat. So I got to get up to Forsyth one day and get my tag. But a $22.90 is a heavy highway tax, and it varies depending on your gross weight. But I'll make a whole nother video on that later on. And one thing I still haven't did is got my title put over in my name. It's still in the finance company name. So they sent it to me, they sent it to me I think around April or May last year, but I had already bought my tag and I barely go up to Forsyth. I'm barely up in the Monroe County area, in the Forsyth area. I'm always in the Monroe County area, but I'm not in the Forsyth area a lot. You know, Monroe County is a pretty big county. So that's one reason I haven't went over there and got my tag put over in my name. Not my tag, but my title swapped over into my name. So this year, when I go up there and get my truck tag, I will get the title put over in my name. Why is he running? Oh, he left his car. Thought I was about to see some drama unfolding in front of us. But I guess he left his fuel card. So we're just gonna put in $40 to make it down to Dublin. And we'll go from there. Well, got the truck warmed up to 120 degrees. We got just enough fuel to make it to Dublin. My windshield is filthy, but I clean that once I get down here to the dub. So got the trash truck coming in. It's supposed to be a pretty beautiful day today. I think we're supposed to be into the 60s. Supposed to be into the 60s and mostly sunny. Damn, that didn't feel right. All my vital signs looking good. My oil, my voltage. Temperature ain't up yet. Get on 16 right here. And we're gonna make our way down to Dublin, Georgia. I see the sun starting to come from beyond the horizon. The sun is starting to come from beyond the horizon. I think that's how you say it. 368. So I'm stopping right here in Dublin at the racetrack. I was just checking, trying to see what my discount was, and we only get a penny discount coming over here. This Cheney Brothers in front of me. This is who I used to work for from March 2019 to March 2020. I got laid off. Cheney Brothers right there at the start of the pandemic, and I sat on my butt. All the way up until November, because I wouldn't stay at home dad for the first time in my life. I had to stay at home with my boys while my wife went to work, and I collected all of that big old unemployment every week that y'all remember. I think I was getting like $900 or something every week just to sit at home on my butt. You know, I was making, that's about the same thing I was making at Cheney Brothers at the time. We was making probably, I think like anywhere from 18 to about 2,100 every 2 weeks at Cheney Brothers. So once I got laid off, I was making just about the same thing. Unemployment, except for I was able to sit at home with my boys, and we enjoyed a lot of fishing and just random activities around the way. What a time to be alive during the pandemic. And I went back to work after that, pulling containers. Not gonna say what I did on camera, but I went back to work pulling containers after that. This is the first time I had ever came to this racetrack and not been able to find a open spot. This is surprising. It isn't normally this deep. Anytime I come in here, I'm normally able just to pull right into a spot, but let's see, maybe this first spot is open over there. That first spot, we got this truck pulling forward. ain't be able to grab this one. You pull, yep. So we're gonna grab this one. Normally I'm able to pull right into a gas pump with no issues right here, but I guess everybody is trying to be the early bird to get the worm this morning. Point blank here, yeah. No. Man, this truck filthy. Okay. Yeah, this truck is filthy. Nasty. Walk back here to this check. Everything filthy on this baby. I am a target. Woo, 711. Somebody had left some good oil, looked like it had water in it. I seen that before. Ooh. Man, when after I had bought this truck, I ran it probably like 3 months. And I was going up to Stockbridge one day, and my buzzer came on. I was low in water. Like, damn, where in the world is my water going to? But when I took off the cap, to add water to it, it had oil in it. More oil than water. So I end up changing the oil cooler, hoping that was the problem. Well, I went out there to change my oil the next day after I had did the oil cooler, and when I start dropping the oil out of my oil pan, water was coming out with it. So I already knew it was time for a rebuild, and that's exactly what my oil looked like right now. And it seemed like it was only getting oil in the water at first. It seemed like overnight water started going into the oil. You know, it just seemed like it happened just like that. But I called up my mechanic, and I know he be busy all the time, but he also have other trucks available. I actually had called him to get him one of his trucks, and I was gonna send my truck to another shop to let them rebuild the engine. Well, he was like, I tell you what, DJ, I don't really have a lot going on right now. If you want to, you can bring your truck down here and help me rebuild your truck. I'll charge you half if you want to. So that's what ended up happening. So I helped him rebuild the engine in this truck. I think it took us like 4 or 5 days. It took us 4 or 5 days to get the engine rebuilt in here. But man, it's been running excellent ever since then. It's been running excellent. And I got probably like 120,000 miles on it. I changed the oil every 15,000 miles I changed the oil in it. But the truck has been doing me real great. I'm not scared to take it anywhere. It made me a lot of money. I know I need to do the brakes on my rear axle. I need to put some shocks on here, and I need to get a front end alignment. If you watch my videos a long time ago, probably maybe last September, maybe August, I was talking about getting a front end alignment and put some shocks on here. I never got it did, and I am paying for it with these tires I got on here. So probably in the next 3-4 months, when these tires wear on down a little bit more, little bit of time because, man, I hate getting behind wide loads, especially on I-16 when you got the police escort and nobody can pass, and you might have like a mile to 3/4 miles of a backup, you know, behind the wide load. A lot of times when that's going on, I would just pull off and basically kill a little bit of time so they can get ahead of me. But I just made it to the yard. You can see all these empty chassis out here. A lot of them are Samsung chassis, and you got them on both sides. If you look, got some over there, and you got some over here. So we're gonna drop this box right here, because we can't use anytime you have Samsung chassis available, we have to use those instead of a port chassis. We got CNK trucking over here. Gotta find me somewhere to back in. It seems like this lady right here, this Volvo, every time I come down here to the yard, she's out here. It's like we always meet up out here on the yard at the same time. Gotta find me somewhere. Guess I grab this spot over here. See, will it be enough room? Yes, it will. Kind of tight, but it's enough room. Get back into this open spot. Turn on my four ways. Okay. Kind of off a little bit. There we go. About these containers is if you can't back up and you hit one, you know, it ain't gonna be no damage. It's hard to damage these cans. It's hard to damage these cans, and I have knocked the hell out of a couple of them. I had a guy hit me in the port one time. He hit my chassis. He didn't hit me hard, but he hit my chassis. You want to pull over? No, hell no, I don't want to pull over. You didn't hit my truck, you hit a chassis. I don't give a damn about you hitting the chassis. You didn't hit it hard enough to damage my truck. Yeah, he didn't hit it hard enough to damage my truck, so I wasn't worried about it. What's going on, lady? Turning in my paperwork. My money. We'll walk over here and get our new paperwork. Well, we got our paperwork, and something tells me I will be going to Fairburn a lot this week. See if we can get over here and find us a pretty decent chassis. Samsung. Get out and take a look to see what we got. It's gonna be between one of these two. Oh, all right. See what we got. I like looking to make sure it ain't no bubbles in the middle of these tires when I do look. You know, sometimes I have a bubble. Yep, it'll look good. Check this and choose the best one out of both of them. I think I'm gonna choose the other one. Check the inspection date. August 23rd on this one. August 23rd on both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna choose the first one I looked at. both of their inspection dates are the same. So what I'm guessing is whenever they send a guy out here to do inspections, he just do all of them in the month of August. That's my guess. That's my wild guess. Back it up. Now watch, it's gonna be a light or something out on the chassis. Watch, it's gonna be a light or something out on this chassis. And I'm gonna have to unhook. I'm gonna hook up my pigtail first. I'm gonna hook up my pigtail first and go to the back and make sure all the lights on before I let the landing gear up on. Oh, let's see. Well, there goes our first problem right now. Look at that. Make sure all my lights are on properly. Properly. Look at this one out right here. Should I roll with it? I think I'm gonna roll with it anyway. I'm a container hauler, y'all know that. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. Just keep my lights out. I am hooked up. I'm about to make this big old circle right here. This yard, she is here. I guess these guys right here starting with C&K. Not C&K, starting with GFA as well. One guy is peeling the C&K stickers off his truck. And I tell you, when I worked for C&K, it was a struggle. If you go back and look at my earlier videos, I was working for Penske, and I had 3 jobs at the time. I was working for Penske full time. I was doing like 2 to 3 loads a week with C&K. And Dart would call me occasionally in on the weekend, Dart Advantage. I would do a load up to Greenville, or load up to Atlanta, or load up to Manchester, South Carolina with Dart. You know, so I had 3 jobs. But anyway, back to C&K, it was a struggle at C&K. If I wasn't working at Penske at the time, there's no way I could have survived at C&K. And my truck was paid off. So I don't know how the guy was doing. That was truly running for free. I think we was getting $550 to run up to McDonald, Lucas Road. Over here, we get $800 to run up to McDonald, Lucas Road. Yeah, it isn't the best, but it's better than C&K, and I'm able to survive over here. But over there, it was a struggle. And it's looking like we got the railroad tracks up here malfunctioning. Because the lights are on, but however, the gates are down. So, do like how we had how the old timers had to do back in the days. Look both ways instead of depending on these lights up here. Man, they talk shit on their damn radio all day long. There's this dude named T-shirt man. He work over there at C&K, who I used to work for. Man, he just talk shit on that CB all day long down here. But yeah, the port is backed up before the bridge right here. It's almost backed out all the way back up to the Circle K. I'm guessing it's probably about 3/4 to a mile backed up right now, trying to get into the gate. I mean, a I'm seeing a lot of people come off Jimmy the Loach trying to come over here to gate 4, and that tells me not to try to go and get into gate 8, you know, because I don't never see it backed up that far over here coming off Jimmy the Loach. So I'm just gonna stick right here at gate 4 and just wait my turn. Back in the days, we was able to go into gate 8 with a bare chassis, but they changed all that. You know, I really could go around all this and just show them my twit card and go in and go inside the port and get my ticket. But they changed it for the worse for us drivers, you know. So now I just gotta wait out here with everybody else, which is okay. Matter of fact, I need to go on yard move, so I can basically take my 30-minute breaks in right here in traffic. Well, we are in the port, and it didn't take long at all. It probably took about 10 minutes to get in here since that last clip I recorded. Once I got through that red light, it just really took off. But then, yeah, after I got through that red light, traffic just really took off. But then I seen a heavy wrecker come back the other way, and I don't know whether it's some kind of accident or something, or a truck was broke down in a lane, and that was keeping us from flowing real good. 51,000 pounds. Samsung. I see 51,000 pounds on this paperwork. I'm hoping that ain't true. 51,410 pounds. Now, what in the world are we taking up to Fairburn weighing this much? For some reason, I don't believe this. We just got to get up here and see. But I don't like pulling heavy weight with this truck. So we're going to get up here and get this ticket and see exactly. But I'm going to have to start telling him, look, this not, if I do take it, I mean, I am going to take it today. But if stuff like this is going to start, if we're going to start having heavy loads like this, be like, hey, you got to spread this out between all the drivers, you know. I'm not going to take heavy stuff every single day up here. 51,000, no sir. Not Mr. DJ. But I'm praying and hoping this ticket only say like 24,000. But I know those numbers down there can be wrong sometimes. A lot of times I don't pay them any attention. So we got lucky this time. Somebody just literally moved the cone out the way for me to be able to get through here. And I don't think anybody is paying any attention that lane is open back there. Literally nobody is paying attention that lane is open I came through. But hey, it ain't my problem. But we gotta go over here to 806. And when I get parked, I'll show y'all the weight difference on what the paperwork says. So next time, let's over here to 806 and hope it's not gonna be that deep. 76, and I just got to go up to 76, which is really right there in front of us. If you look at that green container right there, that evergreen box, that is the 76. I guess it's base 76, and my box would be over there on the D4. Yeah, so here go my paperwork right here, and this is what made me nervous. 51,000 pounds. Now I know we don't normally take 50-some thousand pounds up to Atlanta, but if you look right here, it only weighed 26,000 pounds. So, and this is a port card right here, a port card. But basically what this shows is this my pen right here. They give you an in pen, they give you an out pen. Even though you can come in without an in pen sometimes, depending on who you're messing with. This is my container number. As you can see, the chassis number right up under it. This is the ship it came off of. This is the gross weight. This is not the weight of the stuff inside the box. This is the weight of all of it combined. Of course, this is the seal. This is where we have to pick up at right here. 806. It go down to 101, all the way up to I think it's like 826 or somewhere in there. 76 is where I'm at. 76 will be rode on the ground. We got this truck pulling up right here. Let's pull on up. But if you look on the ground right here, 75 and 76, and I'm going to 76. So that's how that works right now. But back to the card. That's my tag number. This right here can change depending on it. You know, that's of course the size. It could be 45. I'm guessing I haven't had anything wider than a 96 before. I guess this is a chassis type right here, and it's our chassis, which is Samsung chassis. But basically, that's how an inbound port card works. You know how to read one. It's not that hard. This is my chassis number right here. I just picked up. You pull it up a little bit further. So we're going to pull up and go out there and see if we put eyes on our box. I like putting eyes on my box because, like I said, I had came in here before and the box was not in the location. Basically, they had lost my box. Yeah, basically they lost my box in here, and I had to go back to the trouble booth, and I ended up riding back over to the stack, double checking, and I happened to look into another stack that was on this side, and I ended up flagging down one of the port, I don't know what to call them, but they ride around in the port trucks out here. I ended up flagging one of those people down, telling her that we was looking for my box, and here goes my box over here that we was looking for. It's in the wrong place, and she communicated with the crane, and the crane put it on my back, and I had to go back up to the trouble booth and explain to them that we found the box, blah, blah, blah. And, basically went ahead and let me out, but that's why you always, when you come in here, you always want to put eyes on your container while you're waiting on the crane. You can sit here for 30 minutes, an hour and a half. I've been sitting waiting on the box for 2 hours. Just imagine if you sit waiting on the box for 2 hours for your box not to be in that stack, so I probably sat there that day. Well, matter of fact, I didn't sit there long. The crane operator came up there and he was waiting, and he asked me, "What's your box number?" I gave him my box number, and he said, "That's not in this stack. Can you go back there and look?" I went back there. I didn't see it, and I ended up having to go up there to the trouble booth. Anyways, let's go back out here and put eyes on this box. The last four of this box, 6420. TX6420. I always use the first 2 letters and the last 4 numbers to identify my box. TX6420, that's what we're looking for. It's in spot D4. So let's go back ahead and see if we put eyes on it. So while I'm looking for my box, I like to go ahead and flip these pins around right here. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna step over here. Like I always say, this is A. The first box is A, B, C. This got that big crane. And this is my box at the very top. TX, and you can see the last number is 0. So it's at the very top. And we're gonna get back in this truck. Oh man, it ain't cold, but it's cool enough. And man, I can't wait for the summertime to come back around. That's why I've been grinding so much, because last year was real slow in the container industry. We went on 2 vacations. We went on 2 vacations last year, but I just wasn't in a place to enjoy myself. Money was real tight. I was paying bills out of my savings. I was working for, the beginning of the year started out pretty good for me, but then toward the summertime when it got hot, it got real tight. Once Dart stopped having work for me. If you didn't know, I used to work for Dart Advantage out of Greenville, South Carolina for a little while. I would travel with them, going different places up to Tennessee. I was working out of Macon. They hired permanent drivers in those spots, which took away work from me. So I was kind of got shoved to the side and was just a substitute driver. So that money kind of got cut off. I was still working for Lightning, only doing 1-2 loads a week. So not much money coming in right there. Then I started working for Penske, working overnight. If you go and look at my videos, what it's like working at Penske Logistics, it's something that ain't like that. I was working at night. I was miserable. I'm not gonna sit here and say you no lie. I was miserable. I put my truck on with C&K Trucking, another container company, and I was working both of those jobs. Something I wasn't proud of. I was working 6 to 7 hours at Penske at night. I would get off of Penske, shoot down here in Savannah in this truck, get my load. Sometimes I would deliver it that same day, or sometimes I would deliver it that next day. So I was doing 5 days with Penske and 2 to 3 days with C&K, working both of them. I worked my ass off. I was only bringing home, between the two, C&K didn't pay anything. I was running this truck for little or nothing, but between the two, I was bringing home $2,300 a week combined, but I worked for it. Over here, I'm working about 10 hours a day, and on average, I bring home about $2,400 a week over here, running back and forth to Atlanta, and I absolutely love it. Dropping hook, nothing is heavy. My own schedule. If I want to leave at 3 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, I do it, you know. So it's just a blessing over here right now. Just running my lip, but I'm going to wait on this crane to come. This thing locked in. Yep. It went. Now sometime in earlier videos, I have shown y'all that sometimes the box can be off. It can be sitting to the left or to the right side, and those front pins don't want to lock. Yeah, I remember back in the days I went all the way to Opelika, Alabama, and not one pin on my chassis was locked. I was a real rookie back then, and I was just more in a hurry to try to get to my destination than safety, you know. But We all learn. We all learn in the end. Let's see. Okay. Let's get up out of this joint. I don't know what this driver over here gonna do. Let's see what he's doing. Okay, he getting out he's exiting his vehicle. We're gonna make our way out. I guess we'll go out over here to gate 8, depending on what it looks like. Depending on what it's looking like. But I thought it was going to be really backed up in here today, judging how that bridge looked when I was trying to come in, but really it hasn't been that bad in here today. I have definitely seen worse days than today. We're gonna get up here and look over here at gate 8. And gate 8 outbound, outside of the ports. Make sure it isn't backed up. Make sure that train isn't over there. Making sure that train at Norfolk Southern isn't blocking the railroad tracks. Or like my son say, the railroad tracks. Man, I think the train is over there. But however, beat B&H transfer. Be a little Speedy Gonzalez trying to get up out of here. Yeah, I never try to be in a rush when I'm in here. It just don't do you no good. I mean, you can rush and try to get around people, and one little hiccup could throw you back by 30 minutes. Let's see if G-My gonna come out here. Jimmy out of Edison, Georgia. New flatbeds, new containers. Located right down Highway 441 in between Edison and Madison, Georgia. Jimmy, I don't know, one of the two. But gate 8, I looked over there from a distance, and gate 8 isn't backed up on the outbound side. But however, I think it is a train over there on the tracks. But I can always make that right turn to come back over by gate 4 to get on Jimmy DeLoach. That way. My first objective, my only goal really is to get out the port, then I'll move on to the next goal. Be running out of here like a runaway slave trying to get the hell away from this place. It just ain't that important to be running like a runaway slave around this place trying to get up out of here, trying to get in front of somebody. It just don't make no sense to me. making this right turn out of here, I'm going ahead and make this left turn. Right here is where we have to show them our last outbound ticket. My cargo weight is 18,000. Cargo weight is only 18. And gate 8 isn't looking bad at all. But damn, them 730s looking bad. I'm not gonna pick up the phone to show y'all, but the 730s, if I showed y'all will see why I hate going to the 730s, because that's like an everyday occurrence going over to the 730s and they backed up. At one point of the day, if you gotta go to the 730s, it's gonna be backed up. It's just bottom line. And of course I can't stay away from them, because if they send me over there, then I got to go. But I don't like going to the mother. I don't like going over there. It's just bottom line. Come on, good people. Yes, sir. I think I spent, let me see how much time I spent up in that place today. I killed about an hour and 15 minutes altogether. From the time I left out GFA and hit that traffic to now. Killed about an hour and 15 minutes. But we've been in turn right here on Jimmy and Loach. I used to work right here back in the days. It was my first job right here. CT Transportation. Now known as Coastal Transport, I guess. Yeah, Coastal Transport. But that was my very first job. I was based out of Bridgeport, Alabama at the time.